In this example, we are going to construct a truth table for this compound statement here. But before we do that, let's review the 5 basic truth tables. The first and most straightforward truth table is for a negation. And for convenience here, I have a table already drawn here. If we have a simple statement P, and I'm just going to put it in right here, there are only 2 possible truth values for P. Either it's true, either the simple statement is a true statement, or the simple statement is a false statement. Then the negation of P turns a true statement into a false statement, and turns a false statement into a true statement. So this column here shows all the possible truth values for P, and of course this column here shows the negation. The next truth table is for a compound statement that has the connective and. And recall that and is a conjunction. A compound statement contains more than one simple statement. So in this column, we have to list all the possible truth value relationships between the simple statements. So we're going to label this column the standard relationship, and I'm just going to pen it in right here. Now, there is a myriad of ways that this column can be correctly filled out. But as the compound statements become more and more complex, we need a system or pattern of filling out this column. So for simple statement P, the first half of the truth values are going to be true. And then for simple statement Q, it's the same idea, except this time we alternate between true and false. So now we can see that all possible truth value relationships between the simple statements are covered. And for clarity and ease, we will adhere to this pattern throughout this chapter, and you should always start every truth table with the standard relationship first. This column is the compound statement. And we are going to do the conjunction and. So that's listed as P and Q. For the compound statement P and Q to be true, both simple statements need to be true. So here it's true, and that's the only spot. So other than that, it's going to be false. The next compound statement is for a disjunction that's or. So that's going to be listed as P or Q. For this compound statement P or Q, for it to be true, at least one of these simple statements must be true. So at least one is true right here. So this is true. At least one is true right here. So this is true. At least one has to be true right here. So this is true. But neither of them are true here, so this is false. So another way to look at this is that a disjunction or is false when both the simple statements are false. Other than that, it'll be true. The next compound statement is a conditional. That is the if-then, and that has that little arrow. And that's pronounced if P, then Q. The only time that this compound statement is false is when the antecedent, and in this case it's P, is true, and the consequent Q is false. So when the antecedent P is true, and the consequent Q is false, this is when it's false. Other than that, it's going to be true. And the final compound statement that we'll address is for a biconditional. That's your if and only if. That's got that double arrow here. For this biconditional statement, this compound statement to be true, both the truth values of the simple statements must be the same. So they're the same right here. They're both true. They're the same. And they're the same right here. They're both false. Other than that, it's going to be false. So that's a recap of the 5 basic truth tables. So for this problem here, where it says Lorene spends time on a Florida beach or she has a membership to a tanning spa, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct this compound statement and pull out the 2 simple statements. You can see that we have a simple statement here, and then we have our connective, that's or, that's our disjunction, and then we have our second simple statement here. So the first simple statement, P, is Lorene spends time on a Florida beach. And then the second simple statement, Q, we could write that as Lorene has a membership to a tanning spa. So since this is a disjunction or, we're going to put in P or Q. And we've already seen that the truth values for P or Q, at least one of the simple statements must be true. So it becomes true, 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 and then false. So the truth table for this compound statement, Lorene spends time on a Florida beach or has a membership to a tanning spa, is right here. And we're done.